Hi, I'd like to welcome everyone today to our Sunday service. My name is Carrie Kahape and I will be the MC for today. I'd just like to send a nice welcome to Dana Okizaki, who's here visiting from San Francisco. Is that correct? From San Francisco, and we just call everybody to hold in your hearts her father who recently passed away, but who lived a long, very prosperous, dedicated life in just about everything we think we want to do, but he actually did it all. And we're here, a lot of the reason, part of it is because of him, because he provided the parking lot of which we're able to park our cars so we can come into the temple without coming in from the road. So thank you to him, and maybe at the end you can share a little bit about his life. It'd be really cool to hear more of the history of the temple, and we're so happy that you're here and share the morning with us. At this time, we'd like to please rise for the entering of our Minister, Mr. Marco Sawada.
Rest your hands in Gasho, a moment of meditation. Bring the memories from the people, Lahaina. No more any problems. No more any problems. Thank you.
At this time, we'll sing the SHINSHU SHUKA, Japanese Part 1 on page 111 of the Red Book. Please be seated for the chanting of the TANBUTSUGE on Service Book 57 to page 61, led by Reverend Marco Sawada.
Page 57. 主公遠慮開質論兵有略十目如来要件調整無臨小学大四ゴール実法開門精進三昧智慧徳無量修正形無尽大善明小部崩壊無尽人の不合外定無明欲ぬ生存用無人の死死人徳無量無君五大知恵人妙光明一層神道大戦願が作最小ガド生じ自不下脱世上位解任精進行政三昧知恵以上五世徳部不行志願一切空一沙大安慶死不部百千の不満無量大小修行傍若より際指導諸部不行部道検証不逆異名傍若小部世界部不可下無修仙道公明師匠変死小国行税精進一時難量量が作国土第一公衆奇妙道場調整国領内四義務と総合と愛民公大一切実法来生新年少女伊藤が国下落藩の公務信用世が新書仏願講義力少少力実法生存知恵無下常用子孫知が信用敬量心志食毒中画業精進二十不敬Page 65 Mamanda Nishi, Kudoku, Yodo, Seisai, Doho, Wadaishin, Ojoa, Ra, our palms together in Gasho. I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Evolve to give equal to all this matter to get to raise the mind of the body and awake to the realm of surrender and joy. Namo Amida. Namo Amida. Namo Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida.
I would like to call up Reverend Marco Sawada for our Dharma talk.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandava, Namandava, Namandava. Before I start my Dhamma talk today, I'd like to share Master a new word. 500 years ago, he wrote all to listen with the heart. One, you should listen as you are listening to this message for the very first time. Two, you should listen as this message is for you alone. And three, you should listen. This is the last time you will ever do so in your life. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to our people who came today. Antonio, Mary, Bill, Carrie, Stan, Norma, Leighton, and Donna is coming from San Francisco. Thank you, Donna, for a long time. If you don't know Donna, she is a granddaughter of Mr. He has a, I would say his name, Dokumatsu Okazaki. He donated this parking lot here, the area here, where when we start this temple as a place, as dojo. Thank you for Okazaki family. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Today, my talk will be about compassion. Compassion. What does mean compassion? In Buddhism, you say the highest level of wisdom, or the wisdom in Buddhism is compassion. Compassion we can translate in the word of Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu means I take refuge in Buddha's Amida. And Buddha Amida is Amitayus, countless lives, and Amitabha, countless light. This is wisdom in Buddhism, but all you can put in a simple word as compassion. Compassion is the word in Buddhism is wisdom. Compassion is a strong feeling of sympathy for people who are suffering and desire to help them. You have this feeling to have to help them. There isn't a compassionate person. I'm not a compassionate person. There is only compassion. Isn't something you can put as your merit, yeah? Is compassion is something here now, compassion. I'm not on anything about compassion. We can show compassion. You can express compassion, but it's not you. It's something there is here. To realize we have some concept in our dual, or how to say, we can see in this word only in concept, and like a positive, negative, I believe, I don't believe, the true or false. This is how we human, because since we learn work, we start to make this self, this ego. Then we can, for example, express something in concept of moral. Né? Moral is a rules that you put a lot of the rules of each group have to follow as they think is right. Né? For example, you cannot, the rule here, you cannot smoke here inside of the thing. You can't drink alcohol here. These are some rule we can follow. This is like a more. If someone do something wrong, we condemn these people. Yeah, but ethics is moving for is something you can agree or don't agree, but there is some kind of strong belief that you are going to the right side, even can harm you. This is ethical. Ethics. And compassion, yeah, is really kind of small compassion. Small compassion is like that. It's the point of view of his human being. We can, for example, think about the fire. We have that in Lahain a few days ago. And we, as a Hawaiian, we feel, or we felt, or you feel stronger if you have friends there, stronger than maybe people in Indonesia there when they had that tsunami and a lot of people passed through. Yeah, but if you go deep, we have this compassion. In Buddhism, we can say this is a small compassion. It's like you have like a compassion for your family, it's like our family, yeah? But we cannot see the kind of compassion for more big scale. Yeah? And Buddha's compassion, what did you say? Compassion, karuna, is more than we cannot describe, we cannot see. It's all sentient beings, all things, everything is embraced. Yeah? This is, we say, compassion in Buddhism. Yeah? This is all goes to the compassion. Then, Daiei Kaneko was a good sensei and thinkers in modern Buddhism now. He says, Buddhism is to clarify who am I? Is to find my base as a human. Who am I? This is the base of Buddhism. But how you think, how you look at the word this, how you look. We look everything from this small compassion or from our point of view. You believe that your health is important, your money is important, your social position is important, then we create a lot of identities and we become attached to these identities. But when you go deep, 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 what the nature, what your body shows you. I cannot keep this body like when I was baby. Yeah? Everything is constantly changing, but we believe you have attachment for that a lot of identity. For my social position, because I stood more, then I deserve more. I have more money, I deserve more. Every time we create and we think this is for everyone has to think about what, oh, just more. Yeah, you think everyone has to follow, but in Buddhism you say, come along, go along. Born alone, die alone. That means if you have 80 billion people, the population of the world, you have 8 billion different visions about the world. Then even you live together as your partner, as your parents, but you cannot understand each other. I don't understand my wife don't understand me. But I think I want she understand me in my way. But it's impossible. Yeah? This is what Buddhism tells. Then, what we can say in Buddhism? In Buddhism we have 3 kinds of birth. One, biological birth, yeah? When you stay there in the uterus and you don't do nothing, the nature care about that, and you come. And the second birth is when we come for this world and we start to learn concept. I deserve more. I think this way. I'm this person. That we start create one parallel world, and you believe this world. And for Buddhism, we say we have the third birth is Namo Amida Butsu. Is something we can overcome this. Then I will tell them the second word is ego. Yeah, is the self. When we human, you can look at the world only for the point of view of the right and wrong, false and truth. But who decide about that is our point of view. The great masters, all the masters in Buddhism, they realize about that. And Shakyamuni Buddha, he started to think about what's the meaning of life. Who am I? And he was concerned about that. And the more deep he started to go in the reality, he was disappearing. He wasn't there. It's interesting, yeah? How we not there. That means the reality, actual reality, we cannot describe. You make your reality when you create concept. But you cannot keep this reality too. You try to embrace all kind of identities, yeah? But this identity is changing too. And how we can solve this problem? If Sensei Dai Kaneko says, is to you know about yourself, this is our search in Buddhism. How we can do that? There is a work you can realize about that. I do everything here to keep this, my position here, but we are only talking as a person don't know nothing, talk for people don't know nothing too, even we are talking something we don't know, yeah? But even we do that way, there is a working too. Why you are here? Why I'm here? This is something intrigued, will put a lot of questions in my mind, in your mind. But this is something Buddha says is in this word, we understand only this dual language. We want to be liberated. We want this. This is the proof you are here. Why you are here? Because you want to remove a lot of suffering. And Buddha's wisdom, in his wisdom, human is this right or wrong, correct, incorrect, true, false, this is human. Then, if they want be liberated, be saved, then we can do this. We are going to save. But we human, we only look at the point of view. I want, yeah? And the Buddha say, I'm here to, yeah? It's like Buddhism is like what I can say. Buddha is the doctor. He does everything to and detect you have a sick. You are sick. And the medicine is the Buddha's teachings and the laws, and we are the patient. But only if the patient, like us, don't do, you are ill, yeah? You cannot be saved, yeah? You can be saved if you manifest, oh, I need doctor, I need medicine, I need that one, yeah? Then, this is the language Buddha put for us to understand. But from the point of view of the human, every time you only look at I do this to be safe. I pray for God to God take me for the best place. This is the point of view of Buddha. But Buddhism don't tell nothing. Buddhism show you are ill. You have illness there. And they point to you, yeah, to doctor, and it's like you think about you are hungry, you think about food, but only think cannot satisfy you. Yeah, only takes you to the restaurant or think you like that. Yeah, this is what we have to think about. Yeah, all things work in this world from cause and conditions, and what you think is, yeah, and what I think is different. Which one? I cannot say. This is what Buddhists work to, you understand this. We are different from, but we are the same. Then, how it can work? It, in Buddhism, you say, is Buddhism or Jodo Shinshu, Pure Land Buddhism, is how is a work you realize about this work. Yeah. We cannot change. Actually, it's one doing everything and the others all receiving. What this means one? A lot of people say, hey, it's God. Yeah, no. It's something we cannot change. we cannot change, but we can see from the point of view of change. Yeah. Then what we cannot change? The true reality. Is the true reality working to take us? It's like a water. Our nature is water. Even you are ice, you are steam, you are different shapes of water, your nature is water. And the water respect the natural law, goes to down and goes, I think goes to the ocean. Sorry, maybe contact. Okay, I will try to speak in loud voice because not the sorry. Then the nature of human are water, yeah, and this base. Then how Buddhas in Buddhism there's the Bodhisattva is a kind of Buddhas, almost Buddha, but they are not Buddha. They are going to be a complete enlightenment there, but they guide us as a Buddha. And the Bodhisattva is the spirit of Bodhisattva is to save all beings, is this compassion. I cannot be Buddha if you don't become Buddha. I help you to become Buddha. This is Bodhisattva spirit. I don't have this Bodhisattva spirit because, yeah, first I, yeah. If you have your nice pet and the other pet, if they are starving in food, you prefer first your pet, not the other pet. You prefer your family first, your neighbors first, then people you don't know. That's the difference of you realize about how is the work. From this small compassion, there is a big compassion work. From your ego, there is a big compassion work. Buddha, from the point of view of Buddha, you want to be liberated. You try everything to be liberated, to be free from this suffering. You pray, you study, you do everything. But if you, from the point of view of Buddha, you are asking for help, then I will send ways you can realize what is salvation there. Then in Buddhism, how it works this, we say from the Buddha's aspiration. Buddha's aspiration is your suffering is my suffering. Your happiness is my happiness. I cannot become Buddha if you don't become Buddha first. This is Mahayana spirit, is the Buddha aspiration, is the vow, is original vow, 18 vow. Yeah, 18 vow is, in Buddhism say, we can save all sentient being, sentient being will be happy, will be saved. I save everything. But we cannot understand this, Sensei. I cannot understand this. How I came back for my origin? What means origin? Origin is you who wasn't there. All your start. Your start when you weren't there is absent of you. It's like a Sensei Soga, Ryojin says, is future aspiration. It's a future, but it's not future. It's like a you back for the future. What does it mean? You back is not the span of time. It's here now. Only we have is here now. Yeah. And the here now means you in your base without you. How sensei I can go to is when you can encounter each other. I can see one nice teaching from Mr. Susumu Okazaki. Susumu Okazaki is Miss Donna father. He is 104 years. Last Friday, I went there to give him his Buddhist name. Yeah, and then we did a ceremony there. And when I came there, first thing in his room, I realized there is a small altar there, Butsudan. I says for us in our language is Naibutsu, internal altar Buddha. Is a way or connection with, is a symbol. And there I saw, oh yeah, this man, 104 years, his life, all his older than this temple. His own history of this temple is Mr. Okazaki history too. Then what touched me that was, I saw that Butsudan, I saw 104 years old man, oh, his life is his Butsudan's life together, yeah? That Butsudan, that he was in his never forgot his origin. This is what I'm telling you. You can try to cut, don't come to the service, don't listen to this Buddhist teaching, but we cannot cut your base as a human being. And that Butsudan is a symbol, and that symbol is working to you look at something before you came for this world. This is original form. This is the work of the truth inside of this ego shell, this egoistic one. From Mr. Susumu, he is working as a bodhisattva to guide us to look at, to realize, because reality don't need you approve or don't approve, you believe or not, only you sit down, look at, contemplate, and you only realize. This is what, this work of compassion, Buddha's compassion is to realize you are sick, you need Buddha, you need medicine, you need a doctor, you are ill. Is pinpoint is that I do nothing, we don't do nothing, but there is the nature working. No one teaches to the insect to fly, but fly. No one teaches to seed become a tree, to tree become generate fruits. So no one need to, you don't do nothing. Actually, you don't do nothing. The nature care about you. Yeah. This is what, but from our inflate ego, you think you are doing that because my social position, because my money, because this is only take you for more suffering. Yeah? This is an illusion, fantasy. And what means illusion? Illusion is when there is a person there. If this main character suffer illusion isn't there, no more illusion. That means selfless. That means infinite light, infinite lives. This is Namwami Dabutsu. This is the work you receive every day. Is working to us. Namwami Dabutsu. Thank you, Mr. Susumu, on giving us to thank you for Buddhas, thank you for everything. To make us aware we are not alone, and from, as Dr. Michael Cohen wrote, look at the negative from different perspectives. A less self-centered perception, which will serve as a meaningful search of growth. Yeah, your experience, your negative experiences is the seed to you grow there. What you see as a negative actually is your fertilized too. What you need, your despair is your salvation too. What you need, you say as your defilement is your virtues too. That this Buddhas realize is the true self is non-self. Namandabu, 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 namandabu. If today I ask you if you have something to share about, I would say, compassion or togetherness, yeah, something, compassion, if you want to share here, I ask you to come here, share this word from your heart, come. Is there one can share something about compassion, or you can look at from this episode we are feeling now, from Lahaina, we can overcome for all sentient beings. Yeah. We cannot do that, but there is a work to make you realize your suffering is my suffering. Even I don't want, I don't believe, but this is works. Is there someone who want to share? If not, we only. Yeah, Mary, you can come here, please.
I just wanted to say a few words, and this is particularly to Donna, because I think it's very appropriate that Sensei would talk about compassion. Susumu-san has been at this temple forever. We came here in 1955, 54, and he was here. He was here, I guess. And in his earlier years, he was very active on the board. He was very intense. And to me, as an older person looking back, I can appreciate that because he was the treasurer, but he was very, very intense to the point where it was really difficult for other people to understand his thinking. But the thing is, as the years went by, he mellowed out and he came to temple every Sunday. And I would think, you know, during the last years of him attending temple, I would think, he can't hear, but yet he sits and he listens and he is present in the temple. So as I reflect back at Susumu-san's life, I realize that he found some comfort in being here. I don't think it was a habit that he needed to come on Sundays, but he just really found something. And I can relate to Sensei's sermon about compassion, because compassion is given to us. Compassion isn't something that you give out to people. And every time I come up here to do a little postscript to Sensei's sermons, I always talk about directional feelings. You know, it's us to out, to, whoops, up to, to the realization and the trust of the Buddha. But compassion is not, I remember talking to one of my book club guys, and we were talking about compassion, Buddhist compassion. And he said to me, you cannot have compassion for others unless you have compassion for yourself. Wrong. You don't have compassion for yourself, because compassion is something that you either receive or you give out. But the thing is, he was mistaking love. You know how you say, you can't love anybody unless you love yourself. That makes sense. But compassion is actually on a level much higher than just love. It is the grace given to you by Amida. It is the grace of life that's given to you. And I think Susumu-san must have felt some compassion in the teachings of the Buddha. And we thank him for all these years that he has dedicated to the temple. And my condolences on behalf of the board and from me in particular to you, Donna, having gone through two serious events so close to each other. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll do the GATHA, the Ondokusan, numbers 1 and 2, in Japanese on page 112, and then in English on page 54. May everybody rise, please. I respond with gratitude, dedicating my life. Raised by my dear teachers and good DHARMA friends, I must answer faithfully to all my life. Thank you. Everyone can be seated. Thank you for attending today, and especially, of course, to our, I wanna say guest, but I almost think it's like her second home from her home. Donna, and definitely her dad and all the contributions to the temple. For me, being from Kaneohe, it's just always nice to learn a little bit more of the history and the names to the people. I think if you're from here, everyone has seen the orchid sale sign that's been up our entire childhood. I know for me and Darren, who also got into orchids for a while, but to know that it was connected to her father, especially from our community, it just makes it extra special. And then of course I don't even wanna say parking lot, it's part of the temple, but part of the temple grounds that her family contributed to. So it's just really cool for me to be from Kaneohe to notice and understand the history and what goes into making this, everything here. Yep, Kaneohe Christmas Parade also part of our, I'm sure he had a hand in almost everything Kaneohe, especially if he was involved in the way he did and how much he gave back for his entire life, so you guys must have had amazing family conversations. And then probably amazing food as well. But hopefully you can share with us after. I do have a few announcements. As soon as I can find them, which I saw them. Okay, here we go. On October 7th, is the big bone dance at Windward Mall. From 4 to 8:15, second annual, so I'm sure if you're here, it's pretty amazing to see all of Kaneohe show up for that. Even though it's not here, it's probably one of the second best options I think that they came up with. And we need manpower, any volunteers, friends, family, bring them down. I'm sure we can find a spot for you to assist and help out. On October 15th Sunday is our Itaiko service, our memorial service. On October 22nd is a short service, and then we'll have omigaki cleaning. As we're thinking about compassion and giving back, I just can't even imagine how many hands have touched all these things up here throughout the years. On November 5th is our Honko service at 9 o'clock, and it'll be on YouTube as well. On the 11th of November is the Honko gathering at 1 p.m. And on the 12th is the district Honko service at 10 a.m. with the guest speaker Bishop Noriaki Ito from North America District. On November 19th is an Itaiko service at Kaneohe Hongwanji, and our guest speaker is Reverend Sawada, so we will hopefully all be traveling over there. As far as the Lahaina fires, it did affect the temple over there, so the Hawaii Buddhist Council is coordinating a donation campaign. It's a campaign to help the Lahaina communities to support their restarting, and to rebuild the 3 temples which were destroyed. You can send your donation to Hawaii Buddhist Council for the Lahaina and notate on it for the Lahaina fire. And your checks can be payable to Hawaii Buddhist Council with the memo. And I have the address if you would like it. A big thank you to the rummage sale. which seems to be getting better and better. So we're coming out of COVID and people are now shopping and buying and trying to be part of the community. Also, part of the church, as far as I know from growing up in Kaneohe, was this plant and rummage sale. I can only imagine the orchids that used to be here when your dad, I'm sure, dropped off orchids. But we would like to thank everyone for the donations to the Motonai rummage sale and the plants, the flowers, which the rummage sale is known for, all the aloha shirts, collectibles, jewelry, books, sporting goods. I believe we raised about $3,000, which is huge. Sorry I missed it. But it will help support our temple projects and other expenses. So thank you to the volunteers and the people who donated. We'd also spend a special thank you out to the people that are watching the service on YouTube. If there is nothing else, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie.
You're welcome.
And the result.